Hi, I'm Steve Richardson and welcome to my latest video. Today I'm going to give you 3 tips, 3 things that you can do to make it more likely that a potential client will actually hire you. Now, a company called Clio, which makes the case management software I use, puts out a legal trends report every fall. And one of the things they talk about is hireability. What clients look for in a lawyer. And there are things that you need to pay attention when it comes to this. Now, the survey showed that 52% of the potential clients relied on reviews to help them make the decision on who to hire. I've talked about this before in other videos and articles on my website, but reviews, mainly on Google, are critical to your hireability. Many times I've heard people say that they've hired me because I have 5-star reviews on Google. Now, what can you do to increase the number of 5-star reviews that you have and increase your chances of being hired by these people? Well, one resource I recommend, and I've recommended it in previous newsletters, is a book by a guy named Andrew Stickle. And he writes a book called 5-Star Attorney. Get onto Amazon, get this book, and read it. It is fantastic in telling you how you can get more reviews, systems you can set up to get them, that sort of thing. But reviews, 52% of the people rely on reviews in their hiring decisions. Now, that's the first thing you can do, increase your reviews. The second is to increase your responsiveness. Now, that is 16%. So 16% of the people surveyed thought responsiveness was key in the hiring decision. Essentially, how quickly do you get back to people? So 16% think that's important, and even more so, 79% of those surveyed expect a response within 24 hours. So what do? Well, to increase your responsiveness, a couple things you can do. Number one, have a system in place for returning calls that come in. If you can't take the call, have a system for returning them. I block out a certain amount of time every day to return the calls of people that reached out to me in the previous 24 hours. So get that right in front of you as a reminder. That will increase the likelihood that you'll respond within the time period that the caller expects you to, and thus increase the likelihood of you being hired. But an even better way to do that is to have a person in your office who's a designated intake person. The call goes through to them first. This does several things. Number one, it prevents you having to deal with unscheduled incoming calls that disrupt your workflow, that interrupt you, break up your focus, and that's never good. So the intake person talks to them initially. And another advantage is the person feels heard. Someone's talked to them. Nobody's saying, well, someone will get back to you and talk to you. Someone's talked to them right then and there. And they're getting a lot of essential information. And with proper training of your intake person can filter out the bad leads, the tire kickers, the people that aren't really going to hire you, the people that don't really qualify to be a client of yours, so they can keep you from wasting your time. But then if it is a good lead, the intaker can then say, all right, I've gotten this initial information. Let's schedule a call with Mr. So-and-so so that he or she, or Mrs. So-and-so, or Ms. So-and-so, can talk to you about your case. And right then and there, you schedule a call. It gets put on your calendar, and you know that you've got to call that person. You have a scheduled call. And then that the caller knows when you're going to call back, that they're going to get a call from you. And that increases responsiveness, makes them feel better about the process of reaching out to your office and that they're being treated properly. The third thing is that is important to people are billing types. Now, it's a much smaller percentage of those surveyed that want that see the type of fees as being important. There's only 8%, but that 8% can be important. For example, of those 8%, of those people that saw as important, well, they may not be a top item in whether they hire you or not, but it may still be important to them. And the survey shows that 67% of clients want flat fees. Flat fees are becoming a lot more prevalent. Most of my practice is flat fees. So people are expecting it, but only 37% offer flat fees. So if you offer flat fees, it may not be the number one reason why they might hire you, but it certainly can't hurt, certainly increases the likelihood a little bit by having that additional layer. And you're also way ahead of 2/3 of your competition that aren't offering flat fees. So if you have that as an option, now some practice areas don't lend themselves to flat fees because you just don't know how long it's going to take. Litigation, for example. But flat fees, if you can offer it, can be very powerful. Now, 97% of law firms still use the tried and true hourly billing, despite the fact that only 48%, or less than half of the people, actually want it or expect it. So those are 3 things that you can do to increase your chances of being hired by a prospective client. Have lots of great reviews, be responsive to them when they reach out to you, and be flexible in your fee structures so that they feel that they can afford to hire you and have you represent them and handle their case. So that's it for this video. If you enjoy these videos, please click the subscribe button and also click on the bell icon to get notifications of new videos. I hope that this video gave you some actionable intel, tips that you can implement now and that will make you more money and grow your practice. And I'll see you in the next video.